Hey YouTube, Four-Eyed Piper here, hanging out outdoors, first day of fall, it's Saturday. I got some kids playing basketball over here, so you probably hear them in the background, but I'm going to be loading up a bowl here in a second. I thought I ought to throw this on camera. I got a little bit of shortcut to mushrooms from my buddy Mike, the Gamecock Piper. He sent me some samples. And I was going to load up my first bowl of this. And what better pipe to do a little shortcut to mushrooms in than my Cobbett Shire. But I am not really a big fan of church wardens, I will say. So probably smoke it great. What I did is I actually ended up ordering some new stems. And the nice thing about it is these guys fit right on this perfectly. Look at that. So now I've got a little egg-shaped bowl, which is awesome. This is one of the styles that Missouri Meerschaum used to make for a different pipe. I believe it was a Great Dane. They used to make it into an egg. It's got the hardwood plug at the bottom, but now it's got a different stem on there. And I got the Danish stem, so pretty cool. So I'm going to give that a shot. Load her up. And this is like perfect to smoke right now. It's like perfect hydration level on this tobacco. I'm so excited to try this. And Mike, you gave me so much, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you guys haven't seen my GAW video, you definitely should check it out. I'm really sorry if all this noise is making it hard to hear me. The other thing I'm going to work on today is a brand new antler tamper. Kind of getting interested in how this is all going to work. I actually have some other pieces of antler that I'm going to start working on. And I think this one's going to come out really neat. I've got some cool ideas about the way I want to turn this into a tamper. Then I've also got this piece too. So that'll be kind of a cool tamper too once I get it all shaped up. There's a huge gray squirrel over here in my tree, shaking the tree. So you guys probably just heard that too. So, of course, I forgot to bring a lighter out with me, so I'm going to pause it right here. Going on, I'm back. I'm going to light this bowl up, and I'm going to start working on that tamper. I'll add some footage into that too. I also got another package in the mail today, and I'll be talking about that a little bit later on in the evening. I'll be firing up a bowl of what's inside, and hopefully you guys can remember what I just ordered and make sense for the first day of fall. That'll be your little clue. So I'll be firing that up a little bit later. But for now, I'm going to enjoy my first bowl of shortcut to mushrooms, and I'm going to start working on my tamper. So, cheers, YouTube. This shortcut to mushrooms is amazing. And I love this pipe. I really do. This might be one of my new favorites to smoke. Just fun. And it feels good. I love the shape of that. These little Missouri Meerschaum Danish stems are actually pretty cool too. And I got a bunch of them so I can chew them up if I want to. They're 89 cents a piece. Got deer antler dust all over me. Working away, enjoying my shortcut to mushrooms. Try not to use the tamper I'm working on to tamp my pipe. I don't want to stain it before somebody gets it. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep this one. We'll see. Although it would be a pretty cool prize in the giveaway once I get it all where I want it to be. This is just stage one. I'm just smoothing it out, getting the shape that I want. And then I'm going to go through the Dremel and put some design into it and some detail. I left some of the natural kind of texture of the antler, but I altered some of the other parts of the antler and took off some of the outside, made it a little bit more cylindrical. So I want to keep some of the natural grain on it though, because that's what is cool about an antler. It just like feels amazing in your hand. So I kept some of that on there. The rest of it I want to kind of put in a little bit of carving, see what I can come up with. Got some ideas. We'll see. Just fun to play around with, you know? I don't get a lot of opportunities to be creative anymore, as far as like artistically creative. I don't know if I mentioned it in a comment or what. I was talking to Redstone Piper, or at least I was directing at him, but I actually went to art school before I started working where I'm working now. I've been working for the last 10 years in retail. But I went to school for oil painting and ceramic sculpture and all that stuff, and was working on my bachelor's in art, and ended up changing majors over to psychology. So the end of my coursework, or at least the latter part of my college career, was spent studying psychology. I'm not sure where I expected that to take me. I switched majors because I didn't think I was going to have steady income, you know, painting or sculpting. at one time or another, I went to nursing school. I have a lot of different interests, and you guys are probably just finding that out, but I should probably talk a little bit about, you know, my path and how I came to where I am now and some of the interests that I have, and it's changed a lot over the years. I actually went to LA for a while. I was into stage acting for a while. I've performed in over 50 shows, and actually performed in New York City. Never wanted a career in acting, though, for whatever reason. There was a short time when I was in LA that I thought about getting into, you know, putting my name out there and get my headshot around and whatnot, but nothing ever materialized out of that. I'm kind of glad, to a point. I think I know a lot of people who live in New York City or live in LA that are pursuing acting and have had varying degrees of success, and that lifestyle of grinding it out as a waiter somewhere or whatever, and then getting your headshot out there, going to auditions, it's very romantic. You have to really be very passionate about it. I just don't have that drive to make that happen, and I think it just, that lifestyle just doesn't appeal to me now. You know, now I'm, you know, I've got kids, I've settled down, I have a career, I'm, you know, I've built up my kind of comfortable lifestyle now, and I can't see ever going back to that. No. Let's see. Of course, this is pretty interesting to me. You know, I've got a lot of different hobbies, and all of them require time, obviously. But this is quick. You know, I banged this little piece out in, I don't know, maybe a half hour so far. Mel's tamper took me probably, if you know, put all the work together, probably took me a cumulative, I don't know, 3 hours max. Of course, material is hard to come by. All of these sheds, what we call sheds, antlers, that we've found that have come off the deer and lay in the woods. We've come upon them in the, you know, in the woods where we hunt, and they are very rare to find because actually squirrels will find these and eat them because there's nutrients in there that they need during the winter time, and they'll come by and just eat them. And you'll find them sometimes with big gouges in them and stuff where mice and squirrels and other rodents have gotten to them. So a lot of times, especially in the spring and the summer, you're not really going to find these. These I found, I think last year in the springtime, actually, which was rare. We've probably found only maybe, I don't know, 10 sheds in all the time we've hunted. So I have to find a source for more antler, and you know, I have tons of mounts and stuff that of deer that we've put on the wall. A lot of them are just skull mounts that we've done, and a lot of them aren't really too impressive. They're just, you know, bucks that we've gotten for meat So I don't know if I really want to dismantle them and use the horns or not. There's plenty of hunters around in this area that might be willing to give me some sheds or give me some antlers that they have laying around. So we'll see. Well, I think I'm gonna finish this up. It's a pretty long ramble today. I will be back on a little bit later with another video to commemorate the beginning of fall, first day of fall. This is a first really good smoke for fall for me. There's some tobacco inside drying out, ready for tonight's fall video. And I've got a couple things coming up. My giveaway is going to be coming up here in just a little over a week. I've also got Meerschaum Mondays that I want to start doing. So Monday night I'm going to show you my Meerschaum collection and talk a little bit about my Meerschaum pipe and enjoy some tobacco. And I'll probably try some of Gamecock Piper's samples that he sent me, perhaps, in that Meerschaum. Maybe I'll do a live, actually. We'll see. Depends on how well the kiddos are behaving and how quickly they get down for bed. That's usually when I smoke my pipe, is right after the kids go down for bed. But until a little bit later, cheers YTPC, and we'll see you a little bit later on tonight.